the husband's perspective, like, hey, obviously, like, this guy's gay, no hard feelings, it's a sight to be seen. He wants to be completely dismissed from the lawsuit. He wants out on the lawsuit. It's still happening. It's still going on. Here he is in a more clear picture of him kissing Andrew Garfield for the same reasons.
They've like leaked all these text messages.
Are these two headed for divorce?
Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, will be deposed, and I suspect that might be making Ryan Reynolds extremely nervous.
What happens when your best friend turns into your worst enemy? Ryan Reynolds is absolutely erupting, and it's all because Hugh Jackman just ripped the lid off some seriously embarrassing truths about his past. The Hollywood darling scrambling to save face as years of carefully buried secrets spill out. Secrets he thought were locked away for good. How did it come to this? And what's Jackman got on him that's got Reynolds so unhinged?
Ryan's kind of perpetually highly publicizing his bromances is something that I find to be quite strange, right? Mostly because he's a 48-year-old man, Ryan Reynolds. He has 4 kids, and he seems to dedicate a lot of time and resources, like financial resources, to trying to convince the public that these bromances are perfectly normal.
It started with a bromance everyone envied. Reynolds and Jackman were the dream team. Deadpool and Wolverine trading barbs, crashing each other's sets, lighting up social media with their antics. Fans couldn't get enough of Reynolds serenading Jackman with fake love songs or Jackman roasting him right back. But that bond's gone sour and fast. What looked like a rock-solid friendship was hiding some ugly cracks. Cracks Jackman's now prying wide open. And trust me, it's about to get messy.
Hugh Jackman was also in the now infamously cringe It Ends With Us promotional skit that had nothing to do with promoting the movie, which was about domestic violence, where Ryan directed it and he brought in his mom and Blake was in the background. We learned that. Ryan Reynolds' bromances, his various bromances over the years. We've talked about him and Jake Gyllenhaal, and obviously this has been a bromance that has been very much thrown in the public's face.
Jackman didn't just nudge the hornet's nest, he kicked it. Word hit the streets that he anonymously fed a stack of Reynolds' private texts to Candace Owens, and they're loaded with humiliating bombshells. We're talking awkward rants, weird self-jabs, stuff that's got Reynolds red-faced and raging. Some say it's revenge for Reynolds ditching him after his Marvel gig fizzled. Others tie it to Jackman's 2023 divorce from Deborah Lee Furness, right when Deadpool and Wolverine hit a wall. Whatever the trigger, Jackman's unleashed a beast, and Reynolds can't handle the heat.
Kind of making a lot of gay jokes and like trying to normalize all of these gay jokes, but nobody's actually asking him to do that. Not the gay community, or the heterosexual community.
They've like leaked all these text messages. Oh, he's gay. Oh, yeah. See, straight guys don't say that. Gay guys are great. I love gay guys. There's also bad ones because they're just normal people. I have zero problem. There's nothing wrong with being gay in any way, but he definitely is.
This all ties back to a lawsuit that's already got Hollywood on edge. It Ends With Us was Blake Lively's baby, but it's morphed into a legal slugfest with director Justin Baldoni. He's suing Reynolds for defamation after Reynolds allegedly branded him a predator at the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere. Reynolds insists he meant it, but the courts aren't buying it. Jackman's leaks only fan the flames, dragging up past moments that make Reynolds look less like a hero and more like a hypocrite. And what happened next would shock everyone.
You just wonder if that's also partially the reason why Blake's team is adamant that they need this AEO determination, right? They want the judge to agree to an attorney's eyes only designation to protect, as they term it, highly confidential information that could destroy the careers of the third-party people that are
Blake
involved.
Lively's stuck in the wreckage. She's crumbling under the pressure. Sources say she's anxious, shattered, watching her life implode as Reynolds' past gets aired out. Her legal team's fighting for an attorney's eyes only shield to bury whatever's in those files, terrified it'll torch careers. X-posts are buzzing with rumors she and Reynolds are done, living apart since late 2024. They plastered on smiles at SNL's 50th in February 2025, but the vibe screamed trouble. Jackman's truth bombs aren't just hitting Reynolds, they're breaking her too.
And they're going like, we need this AEO designation because their careers would be ruined if the public found something out about them. It just makes you ask what truth could be so poisonous to someone's career that if revealed, it would be over. You invest in these people because you think they're telling you the truth, and you would just be shocked by that. So I'll tell you, Judge Lehman has reached a decision about that designation. Now, just to briefly remind you what they wanted.
Rewind the tape, and Reynolds' past has always been a rumor mill. Those skits where he locks lips with Andrew Garfield or Scott Thompson, played for laughs, sure, but Jackman's leaks are resurrecting the whispers. Was it all a front? Same goes for Jackman. His divorce kicked the gay speculation into overdrive. Ex-users are eating it up, with posts like Hughes outing Ryan's whole game popping off in March 2025. Owens is fanning the flames, saying Reynolds' twinkle betrays him. It's humiliating, and Reynolds is livid.
No one else can see it but the attorneys. And we don't need to go to the judge's chambers to duke that out with the, like, it's like if we say it is, you just got to go with us. Essentially, they become their own judges. And obviously, Justin Baldoni's team said, no, we don't want that. We just want this to be like a limited scope, confidential. Regarding Hugh Jackman, in case you were unaware, he recently divorced his wife of 27 years. Her name is Deborah Lee Furness. 27 years is a very long time to be married.
The leaked texts are the real gut punch. A TikToker named Put That on the Phone cracked them open last month, and one line's haunting Reynolds. Oh, he's gay. Oh yeah, straight guys don't say that. It's cringe. Forced, like he's overcompensating, and it's got him erupting. Owens calls it proof he's hiding who he is, while X-fans dissect every syllable. Some see a guy unraveling, others a calculated mask slipping. Either way, Jackman's handed the world a front row seat to Reynolds' embarrassment, and he's not taking it quietly.
They announced their separation to the public in September of 2023. Now, just to plot that on a timeline for you, that was in the midst of the principal filming for Deadpool and Wolverine, which got abruptly paused in that September due to the SAG-AFTRA strike. Hugh Jackman has been plagued with rumors of homosexuality throughout his entire career. It has been speculated for a host of reasons, some fair, some not. Some people just never really bought into him at the peak of his career, having married a woman that was 13 years his senior.
It's not just personal. Reynolds has a history of throwing his weight around. On It Ends With Us, he allegedly rewrote scenes, threatened to bolt unless he got control. Baldoni's team screams extortion. Reynolds shrugs it off as vision. Jackman's fighting dirty too. Post-divorce, he's cozying up to Sutton Foster, his Music Man co-star, and X calls it a blatant PR dodge. Both are clawing to rewrite the narrative, but Jackman's expose is leaving Reynolds' past moves looking desperate and shady.
No. This guy is using her as a beard, which is the term that people use when you're in like one of these cover marriages. And like I told you, that accusation, it can be real in a lot of circumstances. It goes on a lot in Hollywood. Anyway, so back to Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. They're in this bromance at the time of the separation from his wife, and you just wonder if that's also partially the reason why Blake's team is adamant that they need this AEO determination. In that production was the fact that Hugh Jackman opted to kiss his male co-star throughout this production, even though in the original screenplay, there was no kiss between the male stars.
The fallout's brutal. Reynolds' golden boy shine is rusting. Fans who cheered his quips now see a cornered narcissist. Jackman's Marvel future's wobbling, with whispers Disney's rethinking his Wolverine return. A judge just ruled those secret files need hard proof to stay hidden, and Reynolds is sweating what's next. This isn't a spat, it's a demolition derby, and Jackman's truth bombs have Reynolds' career skidding toward the cliff.
I'm telling you, this is a PR team doing this, that he was dating his co-star, Sutton Foster. She's the co-star in another Broadway musical that he is participating in. This is called The Music Man.
Fans are loving the chaos. X is a battlefield. Some stan Reynolds yelling he's just misunderstood, while others cheer Jackman for flipping the script. A March 2025 thread hit viral status with Ryan's past caught up and Hugh's the match. It's savage, unfiltered, and keeping everyone hooked. The divide's deep, and the stakes couldn't be higher.
They instantly started seeding this rumor like, yo, well, maybe he got divorced because he's in this relationship with Sutton Foster. But then he moved to set up a paparazzi shot. And in some manner or another, that person is a fraud. So whether it's how they're publicly presenting their sexuality, whether it's how they're publicly presenting their brand, a la Taylor Swift, I'm a nice girl, and then you find out she's actually a really mean girl, that would be ruinous to her career. career. Ryan Reynolds did call Justin Baldoni a predator. Remember, they had in their lawsuit said that he went up to a guy that worked at WME. This was allegedly at the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere. He's a sexual predator. And their argument to that is, well, Ryan believed that that was true. Ryan believed that he was a predator, and therefore, this is not problematic because he believed it. The exact language is, the entirety of the plaintiff's defamation claim appears to be based on the 2 times that Mr. Reynolds allegedly called Mr. Baldoni a predator.
So, did Jackman orchestrate this to bury Reynolds once and for all? Or did Reynolds' own skeletons give him the shovel? One thing's undeniable. Jackman's peeled back the curtain, and Reynolds is erupting as every embarrassing truth hits the light. Is this payback, a power play, or just 2 stars imploding together? Tell me what you think below. This drama's got legs, and it's running wild.
That he's a narcissist. He's a total narcissist. He cannot comprehend a world. I truly believe he cannot comprehend a world in which him and his wife are not liked. Now, like I said, irrelevant. It's not going to work in my view in order to get an outright dismissal, because the judge would have to believe that in the process, the next process which has to take place, which would be the limited discovery, that they wouldn't actually find that he did explicitly defame him in text messages.
This is from 2017. So Ryan Gosling wins an award, and as a bit, Ryan Reynolds, Andrew Garfield. That's funny. That's funny to steal Ryan Gosling's little moment there. Gay men they have a light in their eyes that straight men don't have. We don't. There's a twinkle, okay? Gay men look like that. Spend enough time around them, I have great gaydar. Straight men look like that. Look at his dead eyes. Straight. Gay. So that's all that's happening. He's a closeted gay man, and that's just, when you deny yourself that truth, you're just gonna do weird, crazy shit.